Mm. Hi, Boss Logan. How are you?
Very good, Chief. How are you? Good evening.
Pretty good. Happy evening to you too. All right. Happy evening, everyone. And thank you very much for taking time to be here with all of us. Uh, a quick introduction. My name is Nava. Right. I will be your host for this evening. And before we before we start the presentation, let me just officially welcome all our bosses from different countries. Thank you very much for taking your time to be here. It's indeed a great pleasure to welcome each and every one of you. And for this evening session, it's going to be very much on the Pando project, on our testnet. And some of you have experienced the testnet, and some of you have given your feedbacks and what else we need to improve on the testnet, which is fantastic. I think a lot of those work has been being done as we speak. All right. I think the developers are doing an amazing job the way they are putting everything together so that when we launch, we have a fantastic, I would say, one of the best blockchain streaming project that we have created. And we are very, very excited about it. I believe all of you are also equally excited that, wow, what a project, right? And as most of you are quite aware by now, our headquarters will be in Singapore. All right. The company's name will be Pando Lab Private Limited. And we already have the the address, the bank, and everything all set up in Singapore. There's a lot of work that we are currently doing and making sure, all right, when we launch, everything is in place for a successful launch for Pando project. Okay, and today the reason why we have our Chief Technology Officer as well, because he wants to walk all of you personally into the Pando test environment and what you need to do and how you're going to go about doing this. And our CTO, our Chief Technology Officer, will do this so that you will clearly understand. He'll go slow and steady. And today, for this presentation, we are going to have uh, multiple site will be up straight away. So I do not need you to worry about going and logging in and doing all sorts of things. I want you to pay full attention to what our CTO is going to share with you. The recording will be made available immediately after the presentation, maybe latest by tomorrow. All of you should be able to have this recording, especially in our YouTube channel. All right, you will have that. But right now, as we speak, we're also doing live streaming in YouTube. Okay, so apart from doing it in Zoom, we're also doing it in YouTube for you. For anybody that's out there who is not able to connect through the Zoom, they can always connect through the YouTube. Okay. This Boss Edward has got a thing. If you use more than one video, yes, Boss Edward, you can use more than one device. Thank you. Okay, so all of you, right now after this, when we start officially, we will mute the chat box. We will open the chat box even immediately after the presentation, and our CTO will be more than excited to take on every question that you have. All right, with regards to our testnet, with regards to our blockchain. All right, so don't worry. After the session, we will eventually open it up so that you can actually have all your questions and all that. But now, I just want you to focus. All right, with that, thank you. And I want to take this time to welcome our Chief Technology Officer, Boss Logan, to start this presentation. He will walk you through, and to assist Boss Logan throughout the presentation will be our marketing manager, Boss Manju. She will be managing the slides as well as the website and everything. All right. And Manju, thank you so much for taking up this task, and very truly appreciate your commitment in doing so. So with that, I'm passing this meeting. Let us all put our hands together, right? Whether you're at home, having a little coffee and sitting down and sit back and relax, let's pass this meeting to the man who actually put this whole thing together. All right, my brother, love this man for whatever that he has created, the amount of sacrifice he has done to make this possible, to deliver the Pando project in a timely fashion and the way that he has done this. All right, let us have our Chief Technology Officer, Boss Logan. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Chief. Thank you so much. Thank you. Very good evening to all of you. and I'm very excited, to meeting all of you in this call. And as Mr. Nawaz said, CEO have said, that I'm going to walk you through a few of the components in our projects. Okay, so I doesn't want to take so much of time explaining all that. I'm sure that you have already understand what is Pando projects all about. So I just want to go into to the topic that today I have been prepared for you, all of you, so that you fully understand how the whole projects works, and then what are the components in this projects, and how actually you need to use all these applications that we have created for you. Okay, and as you all know that we have already started this testnet past 2 to 3 weeks ago. Now 2 weeks ago, okay, and we noticed a lot of some of you already experienced it. So we have already noticed some of you have some glitch, some of you don't know how to do. So I want to cover step by step, because all these issues that you have at your end, we have collected. I'm going to go step by step how actually you need to approach on the Rametron's wallet in Explorer. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through. Just have a patient with me, so that you fully understand how the whole things works. Okay, and again, I would like to remind all of you, this is a testnet. Testnet means we have not fully deployed 100% of the code. So because we want to test certain parameters, we want to test everything that in the code. So we will release slowly all the parameters in our build while we are going on the testings. Okay, because we need to test, we need to have this huge network test so that we exactly know how the what do you call it, response, or how the load, the balance, all how our systems are corresponding to all the network parameters. Okay, so with that, let's start with our presentations today. I'm going to walk you through. The first one is on the wallet. Okay, so Manju. Yeah, first thing first, the wallet. How do we create wallet? What are the things that you can do with wallet? So I'm going to walk you through side by side. The first our presentation is on the wallet. Okay, so first let's go into wallet. Now, next slide, please. First thing first, you should know that you must know where you are getting access to this what do you call to this wallet, right? Make sure that the URL that you are typing or the URL that you're visiting is correct URL, because we have done, we have released many types of URL because we have been doing testing since day one. So there's number of URLs. Some of you go to Google and do a search and trying to get all the all the old URLs, which we are not being using it. Okay, so you got to be very careful that what URL you're using, because this URL is the official URL that we have released it for testing for the public. So make sure that you are in a correct URL. The correct URL for wallet is testnet.wallet.pandoproject.org. Okay, this is the first thing that you need to look at it. All right, so let's go into how to create the wallet. Now, when you visit this URL, you will come to this page. This is the first landing page that you will see, where here the first thing first, how you can use this to log into the wallet. All right, now those people who does not have wallet yet, or who have not created the wallet yet, you need to visit the bottom there. There is a link called create wallet. So you need to click the create wallet. So once you click the create wallet, this is the details that you see, how where you need to create a wallet. First thing first, you need to create a key store, right? So before you can create the key store, what you need to do is that you need to key in your password. And you can create any password. There is no validation. You can use any password that you can remember. Make sure that this password you remember, and this password associated with this key store. All right. So you can create as many as you can create as many wallet that you want, or you can manage. You can create one wallet, two wallet, three wallets. It's up to you. But every time when you create a wallet, you will have a key store, and you must have a password to associate with the key store. All right. So first thing is that put your password, then you reconfirm your password, then tick the box. You just tick the box to understand that these steps after you have created. There's no other people can help you to access this wallet. Only you can you can access it with this key store, right? So and you download the key store. So what will happen is that the system now system now is going to download the key store to your device. All right, so it will save it in your device, depending on which folder you have, make it a default. So most of the people, they make it a download folder as a default. So this file, the key store file, will be downloaded to your downloaded to the download file, right? So this is where you have located your key store. Okay, now we put it put that inside first. Now next, come back to here. Now once you have downloaded the file, you need to continue the process. Okay, second is that you need to view what is this mnemonic passphrase. Okay, very important. Mnemonic passphrase is a backup phrase for you. All right, if you forget, if you lost your key store, if you don't know where you put your key store, or your device get corrupted, the systems crash, you cannot access to the computer again, and the only way they can access to your wallet is through this mnemonic phrase. All right, so you got to be very careful. You need to copy this mnemonic phrase. So let's continue the mnemonic phrase. So this is what we'll have. You will have a 12-word mnemonic phrase. Continue. All right. So what you need to do is that you need to copy this mnemonic phrase. All right. Now, before you do this, what we are advising is that at this point of time, at this point, before you do anything, you can actually disconnect. All right. Just now you have created the key store, right? So the next thing is that now you can actually disconnect from the internet, so that it does not want anyone outside you view this what do you call it, mnemonic passphrase. Okay, only at this point that you can disconnect, and other than that you cannot disconnect the Wi-Fi, because we still need the Wi-Fi connections when we do when you download the what do you call the key store. All right, so next what will happen is that you can also save that view your private key. So this is a private key. So this actually, you have two ways of accessing this wallet. All right, if you forget, if you lost your key store, you can use it your mnemonic passphrase, or the other one, what we call that, the private key. So this is two different ways that you can actually access your wallet if you lost your key store. All right, so once you have copied these and you copy these two mnemonic passphrase and private key into your safe place, so that at the time that you can refer back when you need it, right? You need to put it in a safe place, and you should not reveal this to anyone. All right, so you should not reveal this mnemonic passphrase and the private keys to anyone. Okay, now but when you want to continue, this is where when you want to, after you copy all that, when you want to continue, you must make sure that your Wi-Fi is on. All right, so because this is the last part that you want to do, right? So you need to make sure that your Wi-Fi is on. So sometime when you off the Wi-Fi, some of these images will not be shown in your laptop. So don't worry, the images does not shown in your laptop in your browser, because you have off the internet, right? So this is where the one of the security part of that, where you need to off it and when you need to on it. Okay, so once we have copied all that, now you want to continue, make sure that you have your Wi-Fi is on, then you can continue. Right, so this is where your key, your what do you call that, your wallet ID will be registered in the blockchain. All right, now once you have done here, then first thing first, what you need to do is that you need to try to unlock your wallet to make sure that with the key store, with your password, can you unlock the wallet or not. All right, so this is the first step that you need to do after you do the wallet creations. Okay, now what you need to do is go to unlock wallet. Okay, just click unlock wallet. Now you come to the main page again. First thing first is to choose your key store file. Where do you the place that you save the key store file, you just click that, look for the key store file, choose the key store file. This is the key store file. You choose the key store file. All right, open it. Then next is that you put in your password, whatever password that you created earlier. You put the password, then you unlock. Okay, it will take certain little times to sync with the blockchain. So now your wallet is unlocked. All right. Now, once your wallet is unlocked, the first thing you got to check, because you does not know whether you have done the creations of wallet you have not, whether you have done properly or not, whether it's really been registered in the chain or not. So all these you got to be very careful, because this is where you're going to keep your token, right? This is where you're going to keep your asset. Okay, so you got to make sure that all these steps that you have done is correct or not. So in order to double confirm, in order to double check, you have to, what you need to do is that, you need to check in the Explorer. Okay, so first thing first is that you need to know where is the Explorer. Explorers is actually, the address of Explorer is testnet.explorer.pandoproject.org. Okay, this is our official testnet Explorer. You don't, if you don't come across with this correct URL name, the other then it's not valid, testnet Explorer. Okay, so you come to this page, to the Explorer. What you do is that you go back to the wallet, you copy the ID first, you copy the wallet ID, on top there, you have a wallet ID, you copy your wallet ID. Okay, then you go back to the Explorer. Now at the Explorer there is a search button. Okay, at the search button, okay, so at the search button, you copy your Explorer ID that you have just copied, you paste it there, search button, and then you search. All right, and if the wallet ID is being registered, this will be shown here. Okay, if the wallet is not being registered, this will not be shown here. Okay, so it's got to be, you got to be very, very careful here. The step where you need to make sure that the wallet that you have created is already been in the chain and it's been created in the chain. All right, because our wallet, when you go offline, it's still, earlier part of it, what happened is that, those people who have offline, they try to create a wallet, but we have already improvised the build after having all this, issues that we get it from the user. We have already improvised the build that whenever you go offline, the system will give you a portions that you already are offline. I will ask you to make sure that you go online in order for you to create the wallet. But anyway, this is how you check whether your wallet been created successfully or not, and whether the ID of your wallet has been registered in the Explorer successfully or not. Okay, so you can actually come back and check. So now you are very clear that your wallet has been created and we already have an account in the Explorer. Okay, so now let's go back to wallet again. So in the wallet, okay, this is the dashboard of the wallet. So this is why all the details you can see. The first one is that the token available. Token available is the token that you have in your hand. Okay, so this is token that you can do anything what you want. You can send it to someone. You can do it. You can take it and stake it. Or you can keep it there. As long as this is token available, you can use it anytime that you want. All right, you can do anything with the token. It's yours. All right, and next is that token. What do you call that? Total transaction. Total transactions show you how many transactions that you have done in this wallet. Okay, just to give you some history. Sometime with the total transaction, if you feel it is weird, then you can be cautious, because maybe someone have locked into your wallet, you don't know, right? So we have given that the total transactions so that you can keep track how many transactions that you've done in this wallet. Okay, next is that number of stake, how many number of stake that you have done in your wallet as well. So we give you a number of time that you have staked it in the wallet. And then finally is this total stake amount. So total amount that you have staked. So let's say, for example, number of stake is that you have done twice, and this twice, what is the total number of stake that you have already staked? So we will give you, the figure there in the total stake amount, right? And the latest transaction will give you the list of transactions in the what you have done in this wallet. Okay, so all these you get a list of transactions. But if you want to see the full list, you just go to bottom there. There will display view all. You just click the view all, then it goes back to your Explorer, and Explorer will give you all the history that you have done, from the day one to up to the date. Okay, from the day one, whatever you have done in the wallet will be kept in the Explorer. You can check every aspects, where do you send, how when you get it, and all the details will be in the Explorer. Okay, so now next is that the slide. Next slide, please. Okay, so now we have already taught you how to create a wallet. So now next is that how to how to download the Rametron, how to install a Rametron in your device. Okay. Now for those who have already download Rametron earlier, because we are actually we are updating the build of Rametron sometime every day, and sometime every after a day, after 2 days, every week and all that. Okay. So what we have done is that in our today today what we're going to do is that we're going to improvise the export, the URL of the build. So where we will put in, we will also state it there the build date, when we actually update the Rametron build. All right. So this is in order for you to, let's say, for example, you have already installed the old build. Okay. So you can actually remove the old build and you test the new build. So as I said, this is a test, test mode. We are actually releasing all the build in a way that is in the stages, at the stages build that we are upgrading it or we're improvising it in the staging, in the stages. Okay. So what we are doing is that we are trying to look at all the scenarios that happening in the network, then improvise it, then solve any glitch or any bugs that we have, then we will release the new build. Okay. You are free to test over and over again, so that we will have a very perfect network, so that then we have that perfect software systems, software that we will not have any glitch when we go into the main net. So I need this help from all of you. Okay. So please be patient that every time when we give you a new build, we will state it in the website itself that this is a new build and when this build been updated in the system. Okay. Now I'm going to show you how to actually download and install the Rametron in your device. Okay. First thing first, we actually provide 3 operating systems. Okay. The build is set for 3 operating systems, which is MacOS, Windows, MacOS, and Linux. Okay, this is 3. If you can run in any system, okay, let's say for example you have any number 4 systems, you don't know ABC system or Mac, Mac which work on iPad, this kind of systems. If you're running in any system which works, but we will not be guaranteeing you that this will be stable. Okay, because our focus only for Windows and Mac OS and Linux. Okay, so any update will happen in the software. We will not guarantee you that any other systems will work, because right now we only focusing this 3 build this 3 main operating system. So you must make sure that you run in these 3 main operating systems. Okay. Other than this, if you think that if sometime it runs, but we will not take any responsibility if the system does not really runs as it is. Okay, because we are doing, as I said, the current build, it is not 100% built. We are gradually increasing the what do you call that, the full scale. We're gradually increasing to the full scale slowly. Okay, so you must be careful with the operating system that we have been introducing. Okay, so you only need to use Windows, OS, or Linux. All right. Now we also already launched on the Rametron for server, but I'm not going to touch Rametron on the server. I will keep it for other day, because Rametron on the server is actually for those people who have some IT background, how to launch this Rametron into the server. Okay, so you must have an IT background. We will give you documentations, and by looking at documentation, you should understand how to run this Rametron in the server. Okay, so it means you need to have some little background on how to run this into the server. Okay, so I'm not going to touch it here, because that's more into a little advanced. People should know how to run this Rametron in the server. We will provide them the documentations. You just need to follow the documentations to install a server, install the Rametron in the server. Okay, but now let me focus on the desktop versions or PC versions. Okay, so first let's see how actually we use first, let's say we use operating system for Windows, and let's see how we download Windows into our systems. Okay, so first thing first, your URL downloads, okay, .rametron pandotest.com. That is the testnet URL, which is the official URL to download your Rametron. So the first thing is that you'll say if your operating system's Windows, then you can download Windows versions. Okay, so now Manju has click that. So when you click, automatically it'll be downloading the versions to you. Now here another cautions to all of you. Please don't do multiple download. Okay, please don't do multiple download, because Windows, when you do multiple download, it will change the file name. It will add in the extensions of 1, 2, 3, 4, and give you a bracket and give you 1, 2, 3, 4 and all that. Okay, if you accidentally do something that you want to download again, first thing first, delete the old file first. All right, go into the download folder, you delete the old file first. Okay, make sure the original file name, it is still there, does not change your original file name, which is Rametron plus setup plus 0. 1 point something 1.0. Okay, so you don't change it, because if you download multiple time, and the what do you call that, the file name will be changed. Okay, and some users will try to run multiple Rametron in the systems, and the Rametron will crash. Okay, so first thing first, make sure that you only download one file. If you accidentally download 2 or 3, make sure that you delete the file, you download again. So you can download multiple times. All right, make sure that you only have single file in your computer. All right, so next is that once you have fully downloaded, now you need to run the system. Run the Rametron. So you just double click the, if you're using Windows, double click the downloaded file, so then it will launch. Okay, so first thing first, the computer will not recognize this software, because of all computers, not only this computer, even if it is a MacOS, or they will give you a warning that whether you want to run or don't run this kind of software. Okay, so don't worry. Any applications which is being given, or which is downloaded in any application that you download from any website, it will give you this warning, in order for you to exactly know that this actually a trusted you get this what you call the software from the trusted party. Okay, so first thing first, you just run. All right, just run this what do you call software. So once you run the software, the system will start the process of running, start the process of installing the Rametron into your computer. Okay, now let's run the software now. Okay, so next thing is that the Rametron will ask you which folder that you want to save this Rametron. Okay, the system will trigger you and give you a folder name, and it's actually automatically will create a folder name. Right, so if you are not if you don't know how these things functions, you don't worry, you just continue it. You just click install. If you know how to manage the installations, you can actually change your folder. It's up to you, but my advice is that don't change anything. You just what do you call, install it. So once it's installed, what will happen? The next stage is that once you click install, then the system will install it. The next page is that when you need to click finish. Once finished, then you just click finish. So once you click finish, what will happen is that the system will be successfully installed into your laptop. So now you can execute the what do you call, the Rametron. Okay, so in Windows, before you can actually run this because of the firewall. So you need to allow the systems to run. Okay, so some Windows, which older versions, there is another table that comes out, don't run. Okay, but there is one link called more info. When you click the more info, the run anyway button will appear for you. Okay, so here just run anyway. All right, once you run this, if you allow this, then the system will be completely installed in your device or in your computer. Okay, this is for Windows. All right, the version just the walkthrough that I give you is there for Windows. Now for Mac, it works differently. All right, if you're a Mac user, first thing first, same thing, you go visit your URL, the official URL. Now, but instead of choosing Windows, you need to choose Mac. Okay, if you choose Windows, then it will not run, because it's different operating systems. So you need to choose Mac. You click Mac, download. So once you download the Rametrons, you run the file. Now again, here also same, don't download multiple file and run it, right? So if you run multiple file at one time, it will crash. Okay, so but you got to make sure that you only have one single file, and make sure that Rametron plus setup plus 1.0 is your file name. Okay, so even Mac also, if you download multiple times, it will change the name of the file. So we does not want that. So you make sure that if you want to download multiple times, make sure that all the old Rametrons you deleted first. All right. So next, third step is that you run Rametron. Once you have downloaded the file, then you can run. So the system will verify the Rametron. The Mac will verify the Rametron. Once it's completed, then you just press OK. All right. So once you press OK, the first thing first, as I said, every systems will have their firewall. So once you press OK, the fifth step is what will happen is that it will prompt you that this is not from a developer, or you need to contact a developer. So what you need to do is that you need to go to the system preference. Okay, at the those people who are using a Mac, the Apple sign there. You just click, you go to the system preference, or those people who have at the bottom there, icons, you just go into a system preference, click it, then you go into what you call the security and privacy. All right, and go to the icon of security privacy. You click that, then the Rametron file will be shown there in order for you whether you want to run anyway or not. Okay, or open anyway. Okay, so once you click open anyway, that's done. So it means you can actually use in your in your Mac operating systems. Now for those you are using Linux, and Linux is a bit totally different, and Linux works in different operating systems. Okay, it is actually open source, and many out there is using a Linux operating systems, and it actually it works in different way. Okay, so those people who are using Ubuntu, and they want to run Linux versions of Rametron, they can use Linux versions. Same thing for Linux versions, you download the Linux versions or your Rametron software to your systems. Okay, once you have downloaded, click on the these icons of Linux. All right, go to the same thing, go to these download.rametron.pandoproject.org. Then make sure that you click the download Linux operating systems. So once you click on this case, the download free Linux will be downloaded. Okay, your computer will not recognize this software, and just click OK, because this software, as I said, everyone have the firewall, so they will not recognize it. You just click OK. So once you click OK, then at the right upper top corner, you will see the bar, progressing bar, the downloaded progressing bar. You can see that. So once it's complete downloaded, next step is that you go to Linux. You need to use terminal to execute this. Those people who are familiar with Linux, they know what I'm trying to talk to you. Trying to tell you. So you need to go to the terminal. You go open your terminal. So then you need to execute this command. Okay, this is where you use command line to execute it. Okay, sudo su root. So you need to go to the root. So next. All right, then you enter your password. If let's say you have installed, if you have created password in your Linux, you need to, because you are accessing a root, you need to enter your password. Then only you can enter into the root. So enter your password. Next. So then you need to change directory to downloads. CD downloads. CD is change directory to downloads. You need to go to the downloads directory. Next. So here you need to write this command, to run this, unpack this, what do you call that, the Rametron package, and then to download it into your, to run this in your device. Okay. So you use this command to run it. Next. And then that's it. So once you run the command, the Linux systems will actually install this Rametron into your device. So I have already explained to you on a window. Window is based on the UI versions, and then Mac is also based on UI versions. But only Linux, you work differently because you can run on the CLI, which is the command line. So from a command line, you can actually install the Rametrons. All right. So you also can use terminal with Windows. You can use terminal, in Mac OS, in order for you to install. But this is the easiest way for Mac and Win, to install your Rametron into the systems. Okay. So next is that once you have installed, now how to activate your Rametron. All right. So as I said, in order to activate a Rametron, you must have wallet. So first thing first is that you need to create your wallet first. Make sure that you have been created a wallet. Next thing is that you must make sure that in your wallet you have token. All right. So this too is very important before you even want to activate the Rametron. All right. So first thing first, make sure that you create your wallet. After creating a wallet, check in your Explorer that your wallet exists in Explorer. All right. Third thing is that and make sure that you have what do you call that token in your wallet. All right. So now next is that let me walk you through how to activate the Rametron. Okay, now in this wallet, let's see from this wallet we're going to activate your Rametron. Okay, this is a test. This is a test wallet, so don't worry about all of the transaction that we have inside here. We just want to walk you through. Once you have created a wallet, then you can see that total available tokens. Okay, so if you have a token in the total available token, then only you can activate the Rametron. Without the token, you cannot activate Rametron. Okay, the first thing first right now is that you need to go to the Rametron, and then after you have download the Rametron and run the Rametron. Okay, let's go to the Rametron first. See where do we copy the ID of the Rametron. Okay. Manju, you need to close this screen, then only can. Yes. Okay. Good. All right. Now this is your Rametron. All right. Now, little information of this Rametron again. Okay. We will be releasing a new build. Probably today. We are working on the new build, and in the new build, what will happen is that there's a few changes that we have made. Okay. Now the changes is that right now when you come into the new build, you will see dashboard and also a recovery key. Okay, I will explain to you one by one. Okay, I will explain to you one by one. Don't worry, but just listen to what I'm going to explain to you about this Rametron. Okay, so the first thing first is that if you are this the first time that you own the Rametron. Okay, if you're first time you own the Rametron, first thing first is that you need to activate the Rametron. All right, in order for you to activate the Rametron, you must have wallet, and in the wallet you must also have a token. All right. Now, just now we have shown you how to activate. How to create a wallet. Now I'm going to show you how to activate the Rametron. All right. Now, first thing first, let's copy the Rametron ID. This is a Rametron ID. Okay. This is the Rametron ID. On top there, this is the Rametron ID. Once you copy the Rametron ID, go to activate Rametron. Click the activate Rametron. Okay, so when you click the activate Rametron, this the three box will appear here. It's very important. If you forget to copy on the first page, you can copy the Rametron ID here as well. All right. Next is that there's a box for you to fill up your email ID. Now, email ID is for you to fill up because in case that your laptops or the entire computers crash. All right. So once your entire computer is crashed, how do you put back your Rametron back again? All right. Maybe you'll be using it for first day, second day, third day, fourth day, and a fourth day suddenly what happens is that the entire computer crash. All right. So once your entire computer crash, what happened to my first day? I was in the network. Second day I was in the network. Third day I was in the network. Fourth day suddenly my computer crashed. What's going to happen to this thing? So here we have options. Where you can actually put back your old Rametron back into work. Okay. So in order to do that, first thing first is that when you want to activate the Rametron, you need to put your email ID so that we can give you a recovery key. So with this recovery key, you can actually recover back your old Rametron with the old peer ID, with the old informations, whatever network, hours that you already put into the network, you can recover back. All right, it does not go, it does not disappear. Don't worry. All right, as long as you have the recovery key, you can recover back your old Rametron which has been running. All right, so I mean, we wouldn't know, right? Because sometime, along the line, suddenly your laptop crash. All right, but if you accidentally, like for example, let's say you accidentally deleted the Rametron, or someone have deleted the Rametron, or Rametron get corrupted because of some issues in your system. Okay, but your whole computer systems are okay. If that's the case, you just need to download your build. You need to download the Rametron and you just run it. So you don't need to do, doesn't need to do activations again, all that. The Rametron will catch all the old data and then restore back your system. All right. The recovery key is only for you to recover when your entire computer system's gone. All right. So because when the entire computer system is gone, all the history that we have from in your Rametron, it is gone, right, forever. So that's why you need to use the recovery key to recover back. So what you need to do is that you need to make sure that you must give a valid email ID. So type in your valid email ID. Okay, once you have typed in valid email ID, now this valid email ID, you can use it multiple times. Let's say, for example, you have 3 devices, or you have, my son have one, I have one, my mother have one, so, I want to recover I want to use the same email ID. Is it can? Yes, you can. You can use the same email ID for all your recovery key. So, but only in this recovery key, I mean, in this email that the recovery key will be sent. Okay, and the recovery key only will be sent once, and that's the only one recovery key that you will have it, because we does not want to carry, or we does not want to save any of your email ID in our system. So once we have given you a recovery key, your email will be deleted from the systems. Okay, so that's the only recovery key that you have, and that's the only recovery key that you need to use it for in any case that your Rametron has been, the Rametron does not work for you. All right, I mean, your system crash, whatever. You want to use a recovery key, that's the only recovery key that you have. Okay, so next is that for those, what will happen is the referral code. Don't worry about referral code, because referral code will be activated when we go into the, when we launch this in the full scale after the 60 days. When new people want to enter and to become a Rametron, so if you refer someone as a Rametron, you will be getting a referral rewards. Okay, that's where you need to give them a referral kit. Let's say, for example, someone refer me, you refer me, you give me your referral kit. When I put in your referral kit here, you will be getting rewards for these Rametron activations. Okay, so once you have filled it all this, then you just want to do is just activate it. So let's activate it. What will happen now when you activate this? It will give you an error message. Why? Because your Rametron is not linked to your wallet. Okay, you cannot activate Rametron if your Rametron is not linked to your wallet. So first step is, before you even put all this data, you need to make sure that you activate your wallet first with your Rametron. Okay, so what we are doing actually is that you are connecting your Rametron with your wallet. Why you're connecting Rametron with your wallet? So that you can activate the Rametron first. Second one is that so that all the earning which your Rametron gets will goes back to your wallet. We don't keep any of your rewards in your Rametron. Okay, it will be always be in your wallet, because wallet is super safe in your hand. Okay, so even though your computer is compromised, let's say, for example, someone went into your computer and his computer has been compromised. Okay, but your asset is safe in your hand because it is in a wallet. So as long as your asset is safe in your hand, your token is also always safe in your hand. Okay, so once you connected this Rametron with your wallet, this wallet cannot be separated from this Rametron. Okay, so once you connected, you cannot U-turn back. This is the only wallet will be connected with this Rametron. Okay, you must understand that. This is another security wise, because we does not want anyone who, which is the laptop's been compromised and they change the wallet. Okay, so they cannot do that. This is the only wallet, and this is the only wallet that you need to use it for this Rametron, and this is the only wallet that can receive the rewards from this Rametron. Okay, so first thing first, if you receive this failed message, it means your wallet is not be connected. So what you need to do is that first thing is that you need to connect the wallet, right? So to connect the wallet, what you need to do is that first you copy the Rametron ID. Okay, you copy the Rametron ID. Now you open your wallet. Okay, you go back to your wallet. Go back to your wallet. Okay, this is your wallet. Go to stake. All right, in the stake, you have deposit stake and you have withdrawal stake. All right, the first thing first is that you need to choose deposit stake because you want to deposit to the Rametron in order to activate. So you deposit stake, click deposit. Now next is that you need to choose which node you are activating. All right, if it is Rametron, then you need to choose Rametron node. If you're activating Metatron, you need to choose Metatron node, because all the nodes, they need to use the same way to activate. The higher nodes, even Megatron, need to also use the same way to activate. Okay, so since we are activating Rametron, so we got to go Rametron, and then we click Rametron and we click continue. So here the Rametron, the Pando token, minimum Pando token that needed in order to activate the Rametron is 250. So we must make sure that in our wallet at available token, we must have 250 minimum token, in order for us to activate the Rametron. Now 250 is the minimum, but we must we also make sure that we have enough fees to cover the 250. So now what you do is that once you have choose the 250, the next is that you need to paste your Rametron node ID here. So this is the Rametron node ID being pasted. Next is that you need to key in the amount. All right. Now for Rametron, you can actually key in more than 250. You can key in 251, you can key in 300, you can key in 400, whatever amount that, but you have to be minimum 250. Right. So, but once you key in minimum 300, for example, here we want to use 300 staking in order for us to activate the Rametron. So we can key 300. Once you key in 300, the token fees, the transaction fees will be displayed. Okay. So I need to pay three token for these transactions. All right. So in order for me to activate these transactions, I need to pay, because I'm using a 300 token to stake. So I need to pay 3 token, which is 0.001 times 300. All right. So every activity that I'm doing in this wallet, I will have the fees need to be paid. All right. So then once I have done this, then I deposit stake first. Now I'm depositing the stake to the Rametron. Okay. So once you have done that, then you come into a summary page where you need to check. So here I need to reconfirm what I've done. First thing is that you're depositing 300 Pando token to the ID, and from which ID? From my wallet. Then the transaction fee is 3 Pando. Then I need to enter the password. Okay. So you see, for every activity that you do in your wallet, the final thing is your password, right? So the password is very important, associated with this wallet. So you must make sure that the password is, you remember the password, whatever password that you use, you make sure that you remember the password. Okay. So once you have gained the password, then you need to continue and deposit stakes. So once you have pressed the continue deposit stake, it will take some time because you need to get registered, right? So the few things is happening at the background. The chain need to be created. System, the blockchain, Metatron need to verify this, and all the records need to be captured, right? So it takes little times, probably about what do you call maybe 5 to 10 seconds for you. Once they be created, and you will see this this page. All right. This, when you see that Rametron stake, under the Rametron stake, can you see that the transaction has been registered. Now your stake right now is locked. Okay. So once your stake's been locked, means this stakes you cannot withdraw it, or you cannot have it in token available, right? You understand what I mean? All right. So this token will be locked, and this token will be locked for next 6 months. Okay, so in order to verify this, at the, you have a transaction hash at the, down there, the blue color, address. Under the address, you can see the transaction hash. So you can actually, when you click this, you'll go to the Explorer. Right. So every details will be kept in Explorer. Whatever things happen here, it will be kept in Explorer. You can verify in Explorer as well. Okay. Let's click and let's see in Explorer what is happening in Explorer. Now, when you go to Explorer, it will show you everything. So, right. This is your ID. And this ID, you have, this Rametron ID, you have balance 300 token. This is the token that you have staked. And this is the transaction that what happened, So you have all this detail. All the details have been registered. So, you will know exactly what happened in that particular Rametron that you have done. Okay. So now you have already finalized it. I mean, verified it. It's already registered in your Explorer. It's already registered in your wallet. Now you can go back to Rametron to activate a Rametron. Okay, so let's go back to Rametron to activate. Now, because I'm actually walking you through one by one, you feel that it's very lengthy, right? But it's actually very simple process. It's very simple, very simple process. Once you do a few times, you know exactly how fast this can be done. All right. So now let's say activate Rametron. We click the activate Rametron button. Now put the email. Okay, then activate. Right. So immediately your Rametron will be activated. Now your Rametron is activated. Now you can see all the other link will be available for you. Before you activate, all the other links will not be available until you activate it. All right. Now we are coming into dashboard. So I'm going to explain a little bit about a dashboard. Let me explain about a dashboard. Okay. Now, first thing first, as I said just now, the first thing is that your Rametron, this is a Rametron node ID. Okay. Now, please don't make mistakes. Don't send your token to Rametron node using the search send function. Okay. Don't send it to Rametron node. This node, it is not your wallet. Okay. Rametron node is not your wallet. So don't send your token to your Rametron node. You only should stake in your Rametron node. Don't send it. All right. So because once you send it, you cannot take back. If I transfer my token to your wallet, you can actually, let's say, for example, if I accidentally transfer to you, I can recover back. But if you accidentally transfer your asset to your Rametron node, you cannot take it back. Okay, so you got to be very, very, very careful on this. Okay, in Rametron node, you always make sure that you only stake it, don't send it. Okay, first, in order for you the Rametron to function, the first thing is that you need to on your Rametron. Okay, so we have a allow button here. You can on and off your Rametron. Okay, you can on it or you can off it. Okay, so you can just on it if you want, because sometimes there is also people who are actually sharing the Rametron with other works. Like personally, like for example, I'm using for my work, and also running Rametron. So certain times that I need to use it fully for my work. So what I do is that I just off my Rametron, so the Rametron does not run at the in the background. So I just off it. Then I can start using the full computer for my personal use. Okay, or some of you, what you do is that while Rametron is running and you also want to do works, you can also do this. So that's why here we have allowed here where you can off and on. So when you off it, you can see your status is offline. Can you see the offline? All right. If you on it, your status is online. Now you must make sure that if you want your Rametron is running, so you must make sure that it's online mode. If your Rametron is offline mode, it means you does not give your heartbeat to us. So your network time will not run. Okay, so then the stake amount is the amount that just now Manju used it to stake. All right, so then the status now is the online or offline, and PID. Okay, in order for us to recognize you in the network, all the Rametron use peer ID to recognize each other. All right, so this is where it's the address of you. All right, so in the network, every Rametron will have a peer ID, and with this peer ID, each Rametron will be communicating each other. Okay, this way I use we use this peer ID of your Rametron. Okay, so so when you want to, like say for example, when I have some, sometime, when you come across that, you have some issue. So when you want to report to us the issue, first thing first is that you must make sure that you report your Rametron node ID and also the peer ID. Because with the peer ID, we can really exactly know that, what is actually, what is the problem with you and what is the issue with you with the peer ID. So we need your peer ID and also Rametron ID if you report any issue with your Rametrons. Okay. Now let's go back into the into all the links that we have in the Rametron. First one is the status. Okay. Now, status is actually your overall performance of your Rametron in the network. All right, how many files you have been sharing in the network, and how many peers has been connecting with you. So the status will show you, how many files. Let's say, for example, you have shared 1 file, 10 file, 20 files, so it will be keep you updating it, how many files been synced into your network. Okay, so don't worry, all these are actually happening at the background, and all the calculations are also happening in the background. All right, so it just informations to you that how much performance that your computers have done in the network. Now in our systems of systems of reward calculation, we does not really use how much work that you have done on the pond, right? As long as you are in the network, you discount that you are contributing in the network, so you will be get rewards in terms of a proof of network. All right, so next is that peers. So when you go to peers, the first thing first is that it will give you the peers, I mean those networks around you, right? So this network around you will be shown here, that we call it peers. And this networks is also a Rametron networks plus the public IPFS network. All right, so currently what we are doing is that we are not only riding on the Rametron network that we have, but we also riding on the public IPFS network. Right, so later on, once we have huge number of Rametron, then we can go into private. So we only can use, I mean, we will be only using Rametron. We will not be using public IPF networks. All right, so different between public IPF networks and Rametron networks also, it's not much different. It's the same, but Rametrons get reward. Public IPFS does not get any rewards from us. All right, so here you can see the at the level here, how many peers is being connected, how many peers is connected to your network, and how many peers is around you in the network. Okay, next is that my referrals. My referrals is the where you can get an ID of your referrals code. All right, this is the referral codes that you can share to someone, so that when someone activated your Rametron, you can get what do you call that, the referral rewards based on the referral codes. Don't worry about that. All these details, marketing will share you, how much rewards you'll be getting, how the rewards be distributed to you, all that marketing will share. I just want to explain to you what are the functions that we have in this Rametron. Okay. Next is a proof of network. Now, as you all understand here, in this, you can see the proof of network. Once you activate the Rametron, the network hours will start running. All right, so once the network hours start running, then you can actually know exactly where you are, in what range you are, because there's a range that you need to achieve in order for you to to get the highest rewards, right? So here it shows summary of the what do you call that, the network hours, right? And give you a network percentage, how much percentage that you have achieved, and then earn rewards, and also a minimum expected hours. All right, now the latest build that when we release the latest build by today, what will happen, I mean latest build, I think by this week, we will going to display the current week and also the past week. So the past week for you to refer, and then the current weeks, which is the currently running for you. All right. So this will be when we release the new build, this will be will be displayed for you. Okay. So don't worry about when this is going, because I want you to test whatever we have right now, because there is a certain test that we are doing at our hand, which is very crucial for us. A lot of testing that we are doing very crucial for you. So that we must understand different devices, different issues, and all those things. Okay. So don't worry, just help us to keep testing it and just giving us any unusual issue or bugs that you have. All right, it will be very helpful for us. Okay, but I just giving updating to you that, you know, in our latest build that we're going to launch it later, you can see that, you know, all network, I mean the old weeks will be displayed, and also the newer weeks will be also displayed for you for your reference. Right? Only 2 weeks will be displayed, right? So what happened is that any earning that you have, you know, Manju, go back to dashboard. Okay, any earning that you will get for this Rametron will be in this earning balance. All right, it will show in the earning balance. And once you have earning balance, then the withdrawal button will be showed on the next to the earning balance. All right. So once the withdrawal button showed, then it means that, you know, you have earning. Then you can withdraw this what do you call this rewards. Right. Now, once you have the withdrawal only will be sent to your wallet, which is be linked to this Rametron. All right. So the withdrawal rewards will be sent back to your wallet. Okay, so next is the proof of I just explained to you proof of network. Now next we're going to touch about the proof of engagement. All right, now proof of engagement is more toward what your computer have transcoded, how much work that your computer has transcoded. Right now, we have not sent any transcode work. We will send this transcode work, you know, probably, you know, end of this week or next week, so then we can test on the proof of engagement, you know, the rewards that you're going to get. Right, so proof of engagement very direct, where, you know, when we send the file to this your Rametron, Rametron need to pick up, and then Rametron need perform certain works, which is transcode work. Or once you transcode it, how long it takes for you to transcode that certain works, then that the kind of, you know, the kind of rewards that we get, because we calculate per minutes. All right. Now, proof of network and proof of engagement, the tabulations or rewards will happen on the UTC and Sunday at 12 p.m. Okay, UTC 12 p.m. midnight. Then we will distribute distribute what do you call that, the rewards. Okay, our times is about UTC plus, if not mistaken, 8, I think. Yeah, UTC plus 8. So you need to wait, you know. So what will happen is that, because there will be a huge number of people will be distributed, so the distributions will take some time for you, you know, to receive the rewards, you know, because a huge number of user need to be synced with the blockchain, and then you have to be synced and recorded in the blockchain, and all the transfers will be done to you. Okay, so I think in the next week, you know, we will be releasing, you know, the example of how the rewards will be delivered to you. Okay, in the coming week. All right. So, and next is the recovery key. All right. So what will happen is that in our new build, this is because we want to educate you how this recovery key works and all that. That's why we have put up here. So what will happen is that this is where you need to recover your old Rametron, which you lost it because of the system went down. Okay. So what will happen is that in our upcoming build, the recovery key, this link will not be showed if your Rametron be activated. Okay, because it does not need a recovery key once your Rametron's been activated. Recovery keys will be only shown at the beginning of, either you use activations to activate your Rametron, or you use recovery key to activate to reinstall your Rametron. Okay, so at the dashboard, at the earlier stage, you will see these two functions. So you can use activations to activate, or if you have a recovery key and you are doing a recovery, then you can use a recovery key to activate your Rametron. Okay, so once you activate it, then the recovery key will not be shown anymore. The link will not be shown anymore in the upcoming new build that we'll be releasing soon. Okay, so this is a nutshell how this Rametron works in your systems. All right. So same things for Mac, Mac operating systems. Same procedure. Same how you activations. How you download, how you run how you set up Rametron in your systems, and how do you activate a Rametron. The same process that for Windows, Linux, and also Mac. You follow the same the same steps. Okay, so these are the basic steps that you need to you need to follow in order for you to activate a Rametron. Okay, now, as I said again, please don't be don't be worried that this is a testnet. I really hope that you can do multiple time tests. But every time when you test, you need to make sure that you clear all your files. I think marketing have given you, they have prepared your video how to clear your the entire files from your systems. Okay, if you have remnants of the file, the Rametron will pick up the older informations and reinstall back your Rametron. All right, so make sure that you need to download the entire applications from the systems. Okay, you can check YouTube how to clear your Rametrons, how to delete applications of your Rametron applications in the systems entirely. So how to uninstall your applications. In Mac, you can actually you can go through some of the YouTube that they have prepared. But I think our team also have prepared some video. You can watch the video and you know how to exactly uninstall the applications. All right, so keep doing it so that any things that you do, any unusual bugs, you can report to us so that we can we can make the build better and better. Because with all the experience that you are feeling, with the different systems in different country, that will help us a lot, in order for us to make sure that we have a perfect build when we go before we go for before we launch it in the live mode. Okay, so that's all for Rametron. Next, let's go back to the or one more thing before that. All right, you see, another thing that we have done here is that in Rametron, some of you who want to, while you want your Rametrons to run while you're working, so you can go into minimize. There is on top of there is minimize, right? You just click the minimize, then you will go into minimize. Okay, but if you close this Rametron, the close button is just for you to shut down the Rametron. All right, so if you close the Rametron, the system will Rametron will be closed, and the Rametron will not run until you run the Rametron again and on. So every time when you close, the system will go offline. Okay, so we have given you two choice. One is that to minimize it so that you can run, the Rametron will be running in the background, and you still can use your computers to do any other works. Or if not, then if you want to close it, then you can simply just press the button close. Then your Rametron system will shut down. Okay, that's one. Number three is that if you shut down your laptops, okay, and while you're running, sometime they don't close your applications. Then while it is in a minimized, if you shut down your computer, the Rametron will also be shut down automatically. Rametron will be shut down, and Rametron will not be in the network. So the next day when you on your laptop, your Rametron you must on and you must allow. Okay, you must go online. Then only your Rametron will be in your live mode. Okay, so you got to be you need to know about this, right? So when you shut down and when you close, your Rametron will be in your offline mode. You must make sure you run the Rametron and you need to get back into the online mode. Then only your Rametron will be synced to the network. Okay, so that is all about the Rametron. Okay, so let us walk you through some of the problems or some of the issues that you have reported to us. Okay, right. So I think all these we have been touched to you. Okay, let Manju let us touch on this send video token. Okay, now how to send a token to another user. Okay, so if you want to send a token to another user, close this here. If you want to go back to the dashboard, to go back to the wallet. Okay, if you want to send a token from someone to someone, okay, from me to someone, okay, make sure that you get your valid to the receiver ID is valid receiver ID. All right, now just to verify, because we are in a test mode, just to verify it whether they have sent you a a valid receiver ID. You just go, what you do is that you just simply go to the Explorer. Manju, go to Explorer. All right, let's say for example, I asked you to send me a token. All right, then I share my ID to you. All right, when I share you the ID, you just take the ID, you just go to the search column there. All right, you just paste the ID there and then you search. When you do search, when you see the ID is synced, when you see the ID, then in the Explorer, then it means it is a valid ID. All right. So because and at the testnet, most of the people who have given you, who have sent you the wallet ID, some of them is not valid. It is not registered, or some of you, already using it in your wallet in your offline mode and it is not been registered. Okay. So because some of the changes that you have done is lately, maybe some of you have sending you the old, wallet ID. So before you do that, because we are in a testnet, we just want to test it every aspect, right? So before you do that, just to double confirm that this ID is valid or not. So you go to the Explorer, do the search, make sure that wallet ID been registered. Then once your wallet ID is registered, then you can send the token. Okay. So now I'm going to teach you how to send a token. Now go back to the wallet. Now in the wallet, there is a function called send wallet. Okay. There's a function called send. Okay, so here we want to send the Pando token, and to who? So this is where you need to copy the receiver's ID in here. So you put your receiver ID here. All right. And then you put an amount. Okay, once you put in amount, then you click send. So once you click send, it will give you a confirmation page. So our wallet will always give you a confirmation page before you execute any activity that you want to do, right? So give you a confirmation page, make sure you verified everything's okay, then you put in your password. Once you put in a password, then you send. Okay, so it will take about 5 to 10 seconds for this verified it, and a transaction successful will give you a notification transaction was successful. Then you can go back to your wallet, then you can check whether a token has been deducted, then transaction entry will be entered there. Okay, so I'm going to show you, some of the things that you can do, or some of the things that you can verify, just to give you some interesting part of it, how actually these things works. All right. Now, let's say, for example, you have sent me, token. All right. I give you an ID, then you have sent me a token to my ID. All right. So actually, you can check, what I have, in this ID, how much token that I have. Do you understand? No? So let's just click one of the transactions. Okay, just give one of transactions. Yeah. So here, when I give you the ID and with the transactions that I've been registered, that you can actually go back and track, how many tokens that I have in this wallet, whether I have, what are the transactions that happen in this wallet. You can actually track, my activity as well. All right. So as I said, blockchain is very transparent. You can actually track it, but it's anonymous, right? So you really wouldn't know, what kind of, I mean, if, let's say I have, 2 or 3 wallet, you don't know, but particular wallet ID that I sent to you, you can actually, refer back, what are the activity that I have done in that particular wallet. Okay, so it is good for everyone, everybody from the Metatron node to to any nodes that we have in the Explorer from the day one, from the Genesis block. You can actually track it back. Every wallet, what are the activities happen in the wallet, you can actually track it back. It's very transparent in order for us to to show you that each and every transaction will be recorded in the blockchains. All right. So that is that is about the send. How do you send token to someone? All right. Okay, next, let's go into a testnet issue. What are the issues that we have received it? But I think these are the issues that, common issue that, you have done some what do you call, some mistakes, or you have, there is things that, you're not very careful when you do this, So we compile it here. Let me just go through, some of the, testnet issue that we've been receiving it. Okay. Yeah, there's testnet. Okay, there's a testnet issue. Which are the things that we have received. We have compiled here so that we can share, with you all. Okay, first, make sure that this is what we experience. Many number of people, they use different what do you call, domain in order for them to access the testnet. As you said, we are working on this, for past many years. All right, more than a year. almost 2 years. All right. So a lot of things that we created, and many people use Google search and trying to get all this. Okay. So you got to be very sure that you must be very sure that all the links that we shared by marketing and is supposed to be an official link that you must use. All right. So this is the real official link for Testnet, which is this pandoproject.org is the main domain name. And then if it is Explorer, it goes to testnet.explorer, and if it is wallet, testnet.wallet. If you download for Rametron, it's actually download.rametron.pandotest.com. Okay, and to report bugs, any bugs that you want to report, you need to use it bugs.pandoprojects.org. Okay, I think marketing have already shared all these all these details. So every time when you access the for now, okay, anytime when you access, make sure that you verify the URL, in order for you to double confirm. Okay, next. Now, number one is that download Keystore online. This is you should not download your Keystore offline. Okay, this is the number one reminder to all of you. Right, please don't download. That is why you have this ID is not been found. This is not then they give you some error message. So quite a number of error message you'll get it if you actually creating a Keystore on in offline mode. Okay, but in our new build, if you go offline, our wallets already give you a trigger that you are in offline mode. Please go online. Because we have already rectified it, because we find a lot of people make these mistakes. So we have already give extra feature in our wallet creations steps. Okay, and only for mnemonic, let's say for example you have created the wallet now, somehow or other you doesn't have a Keystore, and you want to log into a wallet using mnemonic passphrase or passphrase. This is where you need to go offline. All right. So when you go offline, you can use mnemonic passphrase or private key in offline mode. So once been locked in, then you can go back to the online mode. All right. So only this, the offline mode is only for mnemonic passphrase or private key. So that's where you need to use the offline mode. Other than that, you have to be in the online mode. Now, why? Simply because mnemonic passphrase is very private to you, and then the private key is also it's very important that you keep these two safely in your hand. All right, this should not be visible to anybody. All right, so you've got to be very careful with this mnemonic passphrase and private key. All right, because sometimes people can actually somehow or other guess your password. So the way that you use the password, people can simply guess it, and they know exactly what password. So make sure that the password that you use, really the password, and make sure you have some length of, because there's no check in your password that you use. You even can use one digit to to enter into password, right? But you make sure that you have a certain length, and make sure that you know this password and you can remember this password, and this password is very personal to you. All right. And of course, if you forget a password, that's it. Even you have a mnemonic passphrase, you cannot do anything. Even you have a private key, also you cannot do anything. You must have this password attached. So make sure that because the password is the only one that you can attach it to the the Keystore. Right. So this is the security that we have built it in the system. So at least the Keystore which is given by the system and the password is being created by you, match it, then you can open the or you can open the wallet, or you can do any activity inside the wallet. All right, next. These are the common mistakes they do, right? Okay, next. So if you find this message, Ubuntu, Pando Cli, this if you receive this message, it means you have created your wallet offline mode. All right. So then you cannot use the wallet anymore. So see, when someone send the token to invalid wallet, the token will be received by the receiver. Okay, the receiver is using an invalid wallet. The token can be received, but the receiver cannot do anything with the token. The token is actually considered lost. Right. So you got to be very careful. So make sure that but I think with the new build, this will not be a case. But if you find any case of this, it means you are actually using invalid wallet. So you need to check back again with the what you call Explorer. Okay, so when you check with Explorer, then you can really confident that, okay, yeah, I have that right wallet ID. All right. So if beyond that, if you still receive this problem, then you can actually feedback to us. Then we really need to study what actually happened at your site. So whatever bugs or whatever issues that you are sending it to us, we need to simulate the same problem in what really happened in you. Then only we can understand the full the full picture, right? So we will try to simulate whatever things that happened into your devices, or whatever wallet or Explorer or or Rametron. We will try to simulate the same scenario in our device and try to see how these things occur. Then only we will try to solve the issues, so that we know that exactly that this issue come for this, and this is the root cause of it, and we can go and pinpoint and solve the issues. Okay, next. If you see Pando, and the word NAN comes on, means definitely that you are actually using wrong URL. All right, this URL is not being used anymore. And in fact, what we have done is that because we get a lot of feedback using a wrong URL, we have already bring down this this domain. All right, so we have already bring down this domain. Unless, I mean, if any other, I don't know how you will find it. Somehow or other, you can Google it and find some other domain. And if you receive this message, Pando none, you cannot see anything. It means you are using a wrong URL. Okay, this is a wrong URL where you used to create your wallet. Next. Now, if you have insufficient fund, if you have insufficient fund in you and try to do some, some issue earlier when you have, issue this issue will comes in when you have insufficient fund, right? So, but we have already corrected this issue. This issue will not be triggered anymore into you. But if you find this issue triggered you again, let us know. And because insufficient fund, you cannot do any activities. All right. So we have already, triggered this issue. I just want to show you, some of the things that you might have come across. But all these issues been fixed. So we want to, the wallet will be make sure that you have enough token in order for you to send a token to someone or do some activity in your token in your wallet. Next. Now we're going to look at what are the issues that you receive. What are the issues that you get it in Rametron? Just now wallet. Now we're going to Rametron. Okay. Let us base only have a dashboard. If you have downloaded the latest Rametron, it only show the dashboard until you successfully activate it. Okay, so this is those of you when you first time download it, you go panic. It's only show dashboard. It doesn't show anything. Okay, any other links. This is actually on purpose, because you need to activate the Rametron in order for you to see all other dashboard links. Right? All other links. Okay, so we only show you a dashboard link, but the upcoming Rametron, we will have a dashboard and also a recovery key page. In case that you want to use a recovery key to recover your old Rametron, you can use a recovery key. If you want to install a new one, then you need to use the activation step to install your Rametron. Okay, so next. So once you have activated the Rametron, the entire page will be visible for you. Entire link will be visible for you. Next. If you see, when you launch your, when you run or launch your Rametron, if you see, there is what you call a circle is going circle, a few times, but it does not load, does not load. This could be because of sudden clash with your systems. All right. So what you need to do is just close it and you open back again. All right, because maybe in the time that when you wanted to launch it, with the system, there's a certain clash that will happen, or the internet doesn't sync properly. So here, what you need to do is that you just close it, and then you you reopen again. All right. If even after reopen you does not have Rametron running. So first thing first, what you need to do is that delete your Rametron. Maybe what happened is that the day that for the time that you have launched or download the Rametron, the file that been downloaded to your desktops being corrupted. So sometimes the corrupted file does not have a full scale code, right? So what you do is that you need to delete the current Rametron, fully delete it, then you reinstall again, then you run again. All right. So if it is run, then okay. If you still have same problem, what you need to do is that you need to report to us. Then we need to really check what you actually done and why this prompted you in your device. Okay. So because generally what will happen is that majority of you will be able to run the Rametron in your device, but certain of you will experience this because there's a number of reasons. Number one is that, as I said, when you download your Rametron file, the file being corrupted. Maybe your computer has been they have some issues with your computers. Those are the things. So don't worry, just try one or two times. And if you really cannot install your Rametron, then only you give us feedback to us. Then we will look into the issues that you have in order for us to rectify what is exactly happened in your laptops. Okay, next. So if you see this account not found, then basically exactly that this wallet is probably not being created this wallet being created in offline mode, not on online mode. Okay, so if you find this, then it is offline mode. So you must make sure that you are creating it online mode, because under the the protocol that we use, you can even create a wallet on your offline mode. Okay, even though you create a wallet on offline mode, this ID will not be registered in your explorers. All right, so that's why we want you to check this before exactly your wallet being created properly, and then your wallet being already in the chain. Okay, so that's why we want you to cross check it before you do anything. All right, so this message showing that you have already created a wallet in offline mode, but this issue will not no more there, because we have already put it a step where the system will prompt you if you are in your offline mode. The system already prompt you. You cannot create. Now what will happen is that now the new wallet that you created now, the system will prompt you that you cannot create a wallet in your offline mode. Okay, in case somehow or other if you find this, it means people have created this on your offline mode. Next. Okay, if you find this jargon script in your system, this means you have downloaded Rametron multiple time and you run Rametron in multiple time. Okay, download a Rametron multiple time means you first time you download it, second time you download it, third time Rametron. The first time you download it, you run it, you don't see anything. Then you download it again, second time, then you run it. So this is what will happen. When you download it multiple time and run the Rametron multiple time, the system will crash. Okay, as I said, every steps, what you need to do depending on your system preference, depending on your system space, depending on your, a lot of things depend on your computer, right? So give some space, So what I mean is that make sure that when you download it, the Rametron, if you download it multiple time, you make sure that you delete all the files first. Okay, delete all the files, make sure that you only have one file, and then you run the file and give some time, because before it loads, you need to check your system first. So some of the system which have a good RAM and which have a good a CPU will run faster. So some of you which are using old computers, it will take some time for you to load, even though your requirement met. But because of using a basic that we have recommended, it will take some time. Just give some patience, let it scan and get the Rametron run. Okay, so don't do multiple download and multiple time you run the system will crash. This is what the system will trigger you, give you this fail message to you, the error message to you. Next. So now I'm going to teach you how to uninstall step by step fully the applications. All right. So This is for Windows. So if let's say you are a Windows user and you have already downloaded the Rametron and you have already installed a Rametron, now you want to remove totally, you want to completely remove the Rametron applications in your window. So this is the basic step that you need to follow in order for you to remove the total applications of this Rametron from your device. Okay, so this is for window. Now that's the first steps. Let me show you the first steps. Okay, so first steps to uninstall the Rametron. Go to the control panel, go to the program. This is a control panel. Okay, go to the program. All right, uninstall program. Okay, go to this what do you call that, programs and features. Okay, okay, go to the Rametrons and then you click uninstall. Okay, now right now what you are doing is that you're actually uninstalling the applications. Okay, next you need to visit the C drive. All right, go to the C drive, find a folder name called system name. Okay, so you have a system name, right? So you under user you have a system name. Go to that system name, and then in the system name, this is where you reach the system name. Once you go to system name, then you can see the file name IPFS. Okay, this is the main file of the Rametron. Unless you don't delete this IPFS file, your Rametron records will be still there. Okay, so as I say, but actually it's very simple, easy steps. If you want to completely remove the entire program, go to the control panel, go to the uninstall program. First thing first, you remove the Rametron applications first. Once you remove it, go to the C drive, go to the what do you call the folder name user. Under the users, there's the folder name username. So under the folder username, this is where the system will be kept it. Okay. So in the systems, you find for the folder name IPFS, and then you delete the entire IPFS. Once you delete, means the entire Rametron will be cleared from your applications. Okay, so this is how you this is how you what do you call uninstall Rametron in Windows. Okay, so next I'm going to show you how do you uninstall what do you call Rametron in what do you call Mac. Is it Mac? Next. Yeah, Mac operating systems. Okay, so Mac operating systems have different way. How do you uninstall it? So you've got to be you must know certain ways. But actually, all these you can learn it from. I mean, very simple step. You can learn it from YouTube how to one-to-one. But we put it we put it here for you to to give you some guide on how do you what do you call that uninstall the Rametron. Okay, so for Rametron, I'm sure that you go to the folder. Once you go to the folder, and or what do you call that in Mac, we call it Finder. Right, so you go to the Finder. Under Finder, you go into applications, because Rametron software will be stored in applications. So go to the applications and then go to the Rametron. Okay. So in the Rametrons, first thing first is that this is where Rametron you need to delete the Rametrons. You can actually move it into the trash, or you can just drag it into the into the trash, so it can get deleted. But when you delete the applications, it only delete the applications. It will never delete the entire what do you call that, the IPFS file, right? So what you need to do is that there is certain things that you need to do under the Rametron. There is a save button. You click the plus sign. When you click the plus sign, then the box will open, right? So when your box will open, you go to the system file. Into the system file, whatever file that's included in the systems, system file. Okay, you click it, then you can see what do you call the Rametron applications inside. So what you do is that you make sure that the system file also you delete it. Okay, so you delete the system file, everything move into trash. So once you move into trash, it means your Rametron in Mac has been deleted completely. All right, so once you delete it completely, you can actually reinstall your Rametron again, and you can run the systems again. All right, this is a very simple step. You can actually find it in YouTube. There's a lot of guide for you how to reinstall how to uninstall your applications, completely uninstall your applications. So YouTube, a lot of videos that you can follow, and you can use the steps in order for you to uninstall applications in your laptops. or in your PC, or whatever devices that you're using. If you're using Mac, you can follow the Mac step. If you're using Windows, you can use the window, the Windows steps how to uninstall. Okay, next. All right, then this is another operating systems that you can use. Linux. Linux is another operating system. We show you how to install it, and this is the steps. If you are using a Linux, and those people who are using Linux, they know exactly how to operate it, because they need to have certain certain knowledge, how to run the systems with the Linux operating system, because Linux does not really use a GUI. Linux use more into command line in order for you to execute any execute any works that you want to do. Okay, next. For Linux, to uninstall, you need to go to terminal. Say this is where Linux will be operating. They need to go to the command line. So then they need to put in a certain command in order to uninstall it. All right. So they first thing first, they need to find the root. So once you go into the root, then they need to remove. They need to put this code, sudo apt.get remove Rametron. They need to type it. Okay, so I mean to type it, then they put yes. Then once they put yes, they go to the directory. Then do you want to the system will ask you, so just continue it, then get your file get deleted. Okay, so this is those people who are using a Linux, then they can follow the steps in Linux and how to delete applications in Linux. And if you're not really clear about it, you can actually watch, as I said, plenty of video in YouTube how to delete applications from your operating systems or from any devices that you use. Okay, any operating system like Windows, or even you can also check for Mac, and you also can check for Linux. Okay, so I think that is all about how to uninstall the Rametron from your devices. So what happened is that today, I have touched in today programs, I have touched how to create a wallet, and I walk you through what is the wallet all about. Then I also walk you through on the Rametrons, and next is also I walk you through on the explorers, give you certain details on the explorers. And these three components very important, and you must understand how these three components are very related to our Pando projects. Okay, so I also walk you through some of the boxes that you have been sending to us. And first of all, I would also like to thank you, those people who have diligently have tested and sending all these reports, sending all the bugs issues to us. And I really need to thank you, because this really helps us, in a way that to fine tune, and we doesn't want to leave any error before we go live. There's also certain bugs that we put on purpose, because we really want to know how emotionally a user make mistakes, so that we can actually fine tune how we can avoid user making mistakes. Right, so while we are sending all these reports, all the bugs to us, I mean right now, even after these, once you download, you keep sending it, rest assured that we are actually looking at your reports. Once your reports come to us, we are studying it, we are looking at it, and we will fixing it. Every bugs or everything that we have in this applications projects. Okay, so but we will not be able to reply to all of your what do you call that, all of your bugs that you'll be sending to us. We will not be able to reply it, but each and every bugs that you sent, the people will be, there's a team will be compiled and sent to us. And then as IT, at the site, we will look into each and every issues that will be sent to us. Then we will fix if it is a problems. And if it is like, for example, it's a mistakes on the user, then we will educate our team that these are the issues from the user side, and user must do this, follow these the steps that they didn't follow, and all those kind of things. Right, so we actually learned in a two-way, from you I learned, and from myself also you learn. Right, so basically this is the entire training program that I've prepared for you. You have certain you need to have certain understanding. So what I want to tell you is that please keep testing it, because we will be what do you call, updating the build time to time. And what will happen is that in our next Rametron build, we will also stated that the date of our build being released. So at least you will understand the day that you download the build, whether it is old build or the new build. So with the date being established there, you will exactly know the build that you are using, old build. If it is old build, you always need to delete it, and then you reinstall back with the new build. Okay. Don't worry about the token. If you need token, you just always request it from the people that will link to you, you connected to you. You always can request it from them. They can give you the token for you to test it, so that you will fully satisfy, or you want to test it and send us the issues, with whatever issues that we have, paste it in this space. All right. So with that, I like to thank you for all the supports and all the helps, or all the testings, the reports that you have given to us. And we are actually, as I said, we are progressing well in the test mode. And every release, there is a reason why we are releasing it slowly. And the build that we have released it so far, it is not 100%. So you tend to have all these issues, which is you will be facing it, but don't worry about the issues. That issues are some of the issues are purposely created so that we test it. We do a lot of stress tests, a lot of penetration. I mean, a lot of tests that we are doing it in order for to see how good our Rametron software performing in the network. Okay, thank you so much, to all of you for gathering today in this call. And I hope that I'll be seeing you in our next meeting. But before that, I'll leave it to Mr. Nawa, my CEO, my best buddy, and who always there for me. And let's see, if let's say you want to take it any questions that you all have, you want me to answer, I'll be willing. I mean, I'll be very happy or very excited to answer or any of your questions that you have in your hand. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Over to you, sir.
Boss Logan, awesome, boss. I think today was a very comprehensive training. I love the way that you did it. Thank you so much. It's not easy for many of us to do the way that you did, right? Because you really know how to go into the details of it. And I appreciate that you're doing this today.
Thank you, sir.
There's a lot of people that have so much of questions on exactly why this is happening or how do we do this. And I'm glad that you actually walk all of us through in this, I would say, very simplified, but very deep, how they say, very deep training, right? And for some of us here who are here for the first time, I think, wow, you have this huge thing. Wow, so much of things to do. Actually, it's very simple, guys.
Yeah.
Boss, actually, it's very, very simple. Boss Logan has given you a total complete, all right, so that you can eliminate mistakes when you go through the testnet. Even though we are encouraging you to go and make some mistakes, but where the mistakes are and how you eliminate it. This entire presentation by Boss Logan, I would urge all of you, take time, go through the YouTube recordings and watch it 1 time, 2 time. And I also want to thank Boss Manju for coming out with the presentation where you have the website as well as the text, and so that you know exactly what Boss Logan is talking, and the text gives you a lot of clarity. I think Boss Manju worked on it very, very diligently with Boss Pashan the last couple of days, so that you will have all this information available for you at all times. All right. So I understand a lot of leaders here who are running your own training with their team and their group. I think this training is it will be, I would say, will be quite complete for all of us to take it on to the next level. What I would do is this. At the same time, guys, do not forget, we still have to bring in the ecosystem, bring in the number of Rametrons. I know you have everything now to show your people. It will become much more easier for you to actually bring in the number of Rametrons that is required by your MTs or the Rametrons that we have here. All right. So go ahead and still promote the Rametrons while you still can. We still have ample time to bring in the number of Rametrons so that the opportunity does not only just rest with us, but we can share it with all our friends, family members, community across not only Malaysia, but across the globe, right? Every other country out there. Okay. Now, what I'm going to ask is that I'm going to ask the host to open up the chat box so that feel free to ask any question you want. And Boss Logan is always very, very excited to answer questions. All right. So don't worry, what are the questions that you want to ask, but try to keep it related to blockchain, to Pandosoft, right? So that we will take pleasure in answering your questions. Please feel free. Thank you. All right, Boss Logan, let's go into the questions and see what are the things that we need to look into from your presentations. Okay, let me see. Let me read that out for you. Thank you, Tulasi, for the opening the chat box. All right, here, Boss Edward says, thank you, Boss Logan, for the comprehensive tutorial. Boss Hisham, thanks for the great presentation. Where is that? Boss Logan, Boss Nawa, a few questions from me. How long transaction will be kept in Explorer? That's his question number one. And question number two is that I would like to suggest to move the Rametron close button location far from minimize button to avoid Rametron from unintentionally they close it.
Okay,
right?
thank you. Yeah.
And there's one more question. You want to take the question as well from Isham?
Okay.
Suggest to enable allow button automatically each time the user launch the Rametron. I don't see the rationale to enable manually, all right, the close button. So sorry, Boss Isham. To avoid Rametron from unintentionally close. All right.
Okay.
And then the allow button, I don't see the rationale to enable manually after launching the Rametron.
Okay, let me answer the first question first. Explorer will always be there, and even we go to many years, the Explorer will always be there. The records will always be there, so you can actually come back after 5 years, 10 years. You can always come back, to refer back to your Explorer. So the Explorer data will be always be there. So okay, that's the first questions. Second question is actually about the Rametron. All right, the new build that we'll be releasing it. You will only have the minimize protocol, the minimize function, and also the close function. I take note of your suggestions, to what do you call to move these close button farther from these minimize, because what happened is that different systems have different logic, like Mac they have minimize and close at the left hand, whereas Windows use right hand. Okay, so anyway, we will look into that. Thanks for the suggestion. We will look into that. If that will be accidentally, people will be closing the Rametron or not. Okay, and why we have minimized is that because users requested, if they want to do other works, they want to do personal works, so they want to minimize it. Doesn't want to close the Rametron, but just to minimize it so that they can do other works. Okay, so that's why we have the functions of minimize and close. The new build only going to have minimize and close. Other than that will be removed.
Okay, thank you, Boss Hisham. Very next question. Okay, moving on to Boss Kapil has got a question. Very interesting question, actually. When is the launch date?
Thank you. As we are progressing, we really want to go to the mainnet as soon as possible. But there is a lot of works that we need to rectify it, because once we go to the mainnet, there's no turning back. We must make sure that the users' assets are safely kept, and we are waiting. We will be in the once the security company given us a green light, then we will be hitting our target to go to mainnet.
Thank you, Boss Logan. Boss Sky has got a question here. For the new build version, is it possible to update the version on apps instead of to install new apps? Like a norm app, just update the version such as from 1.00 to 1.11.
Yeah, updating. You see, the thing is that updating the versions will only happen in the mainnet, because we want to keep track, the versions and officially announce the version. Right. In the test mode, we will not to increase. We will not be doing any changes on the versions. what do you call the launch versions that we have been doing. Okay, but in the mainnet, you definitely see that, and all the updates in the mainnet will happen is that automatically your Rametron will be get updated, and your build will be also be getting updated automatically. Even currently, also your build is actually automated automatically updated, but because we are releasing the build step by step, the versions we are actually releasing not full version. So until you receive the full version, you need to follow the steps of, if let's say we release a build, latest build, you need to remove the old one, and you will you need to upload the new build. Until we have the full versions, then all your Rametron will be updated automatically.
Boss Logan, Boss Raider has got a very interesting question. Hi, sir. Just a note to clarify. I noticed data usage rate is high during my Rametron testnet. After launching mainnet, is the rate higher than testnet? Is there any tips to reduce data usage rate? Thank you.
I don't think so. What you're talking about data usage rate, because we are not sending any files to your Rametron right now. The Rametron is actually ideally in the network. All right, it is not sharing anything. Even if it shares only one small file. Okay, so this could be the reason is this could be your applications the running at the background. There's too many applications running at the background, so you need to check on that. Other than that, Rametron right now we have not sent any file. We have not asked the Rametron to stream. Just that right now your Rametron is in the network, and we just detecting your heartbeat.
Oh, thank you, Boss Logan. Boss Logan, this question is in Malay, so I'll do a little translation for the benefit of everyone. What do you call? I've got, is there a possibility for the device to power on, or at least allow it manually so that the Rametron can operate? So my suggestion is this: can we allow Rametron, whichever device we are using, whether laptop or desktop, to allow auto run when the moment the device is switched on, or we give a choice to manual or auto allow? For me, it would be better, easier for a lot of people if they can, manage their device to continue run Rametron, especially after auto reboot device, in case there's a reason for blackout or system down for the device.
Okay, thank you. Now we must understand we are trying to make the Rametrons lightweight. Okay, we does not want to create a Rametron with the too much of engine that you need to have in a Rametron. Okay, that is why it is just basically as any other applications. When you shut down your laptop, most of the applications will be shut down, right? Only certain applications which are required by the resources of the systems that will run. Okay, so in that way we want to stay as it is, that once you shut down the computers, your Rametron is shut down. You see, I mean, if your computer is shut down, definitely everything is shut down, right? So when you on your computers, you need to make sure that you run the Rametron, and then only your Rametron will be synced to the network. And once your Rametron is online, your heartbeat will be detected.
All right, thank you, Boss Logan. There's another question from Boss Shirul. Full. All right. Can I use one wallet for many Rametrons?
Okay.
Or each Rametron should have one own wallet.
Okay. Let's understand this, right? Number one is that one wallet is for one device. You take it this is the formula: one wallet for one device. If you have two devices, you must have two wallets. Okay, but what we have done is that in one wallet you can actually activate Rametron, and if you have Metatron, you can activate Metatron. All right, so you can use one wallet to activate Metatron in laptop, and you can activate your Rametron in your laptop. You can activate the same wallet you can use to activate your Metatron in your server. Okay, but if you have two devices and you're running the same node, like for example, you have two Rametron, Okay, I have my computers and my son have one computers. All right, I run one computers in my Rametron in my laptop, and I run another computers in my son laptop. So in that case, you need to have two wallets. One wallet is for my Rametron in my laptop. The other wallet is for my son Rametron in the son laptop. Okay, so you must have two wallets. If you're talking about same device, the same computer where you're running more Rametrons, okay, let's say for example you're running 3 or 4 or 5 10s, then it does not need multiple wallet. You only need one wallet. One, you see, whether the Rametron is running in your one device or the Rametron is running in multiple device. Okay, so I hope that you understand. If multiple device, multiple wallet. One device, one wallet, enough.
Thank you, Boss Logan. There's this question from SMT Otai. All right. He's asking, do I have to endorse or activate each Rametron node if I have more than one Rametron? And he followed up with another question quickly. Is there any chance for us to generate one single Rametron node for example, I got 50 Rametrons, bulk?
Okay. Yes. I mean, for your question, answer is yes. You once you activate one Rametron, enough for you to once you activate one Rametron, enough for you to activate as many Rametron in one device. You must understand this. Okay, one device you're activating many Rametron, so you need to use only one wallet, and that wallet you can straight away activate everything is one time, or you can also activate like for example, let's say for example I have 250. I can straight away activate all the 250 tokens one time, or I can also activate 10 times. Up to you.
Boss Logan, there's this question from Mr. Boss Gautaman. Do we need to disable the VPN?
Okay. Yeah, I see. This is what we are facing. All right. Now, most of you, this is an advice, and this is also questions to you. Okay. Most of you using a VPN, which is fine, right? But what will happen is that the VPN does not tell us correctly where's your location, because you're using a VPN. Maybe you're using a VPN in another country. All right, you're not actually using it, very private, network, which is secure network, which is yours. You're actually using a third-party VPN, and the third-party VPNs always happen to be in some other places. All right, so when it is some other places, the actual places we cannot figure out. You understand what I mean? Like for example, I'm in Malaysia. I'm using VPN in, for example, Singapore. So it will show my Rametron is actually detected in Singapore. All right. So, but we also have somehow rather to rectify it. I mean, we know that exactly some of the cases it really show that we can detect that you are actually using a VPN. All right. But we want the terms that VPN, we want you to opt the VPN. Number one, to get a stability in the network. That's one. Number two, we really want to actually know where you are. Number three, to avoid, because we doesn't want you to use any third-party unsecured VPN. Because with third-party unsecured VPN, like for example, free VPN, you might be in a risk of giving the access of what you're doing. Okay, so you've got to be very careful, because VPN is a very a virtual private network. It's supposed to be private network, but there is a lot of people who are using a free VPN, which is not really secured in a way that I think. Okay, so what happened is that the Rametron you actually can run even without a VPN, but we are cautioning you, or we are telling you that if you're running a Rametron, please off the VPN.
Thank you, Boss Logan. Anyway, there's another question from Boss Rupan Raj. Rupan Raj, your question is that how to withdraw the money from the wallet. Boss Rupan Raj, go to the exchanger. Please attend the trainings that is regularly done. I think this must be your first time here. That's why this question pops up here. Thank you, Rupan Raj. All right. Thank you, everybody that's putting in here. There's a question here, Boss Logan, from Boss Diva. Can the token be duplicated?
Can the token be
duplicated?
No.
No.
That is why we are in a blockchain. We trust. There's a number of elements in a blockchain. Okay, the transparenciness, the trust, and then the secureness is that the three is the most biggest element in the blockchain. Which this is where you cannot duplicate a token. If you want to duplicate a token, you actually need to run the similar blockchain in the systems, but it cannot be duplicated, because in the blockchains, everything's been linked. The blocks have been linked, your transaction has been linked. So you cannot actually plug somewhere and then you put it, you cannot do that.
Thank you, Boss Logan. There's another question from Boss Eddie. What happened when the computer is on sleep mode?
Depending if your computer is in sleep mode, but it allowed your system to run, then your Rametron, as long as I said, as long as we can detect your heartbeat, your Rametron running, then it's okay. If you cannot detect the heartbeat, your time stops, then even your sleep mode, it means you're off mode.
Thank you, Boss Logan. And then Boss Brian Sim, I think you need to rephrase your question. We cannot understand this because your question is which is more user-friendly while loading Rametrons. I do not know what you mean by which is more user-friendly. Please rephrase your question. Thank you. What do you call next question here? Coach JJ has got a question. Can we set the apps to auto hide when Rametron is successfully run?
No, what do you mean by auto hide? I mean, every time when you want to use the laptop, you just minimize it.
All right. Thank you, Boss Logan. There's a question from Boss Azmi. Why my networking percentage suddenly become 1131465%?
Okay. All the networking, as I said, on the networking part, right now we are only on the first step. So, downloading, upload, activate. These are the first steps. All right. The other things all you don't get worried, because we are doing a lot of testing at the back, giving a lot of dummy data in here and that, you stress it. Okay. So once this been solved, then when we talk about the rewards generations, talk about the weekly generation, then we will you will know exactly how the rewards been given. So all the nodes that all the things that's happening outside the scope, it's all test data.
Thank you, Boss Logan. Boss Hamdan, your question has been answered earlier. Then there's another question here. Boss Logan, I'll answer this from Boss Cairo. There are some of us who want to rent a server. Does the management provide a server for us to rent it? The management does not provide a server for anybody to rent. We will recommend you which server to do. Right now, my call to all of you, do not have any dealings with anybody with anything on server until our Chief Technology Officer, Boss Logan, tells you which servers that the management recommends and where you can deal with servers after that. All right. So for now, let's not discuss about servers, please. All right. Anybody asks you all to sign up with any servers, please do not entertain this because a lot of time I notice a lot of people who are talking about servers, they are all having a personal interest in it. I do not want that for our community. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Boss Carol, for asking the question.
Don't worry about server, right now it's not server time. Don't worry about that. Okay, server times will come, then we will advise you how to install the servers of that.
Boss Elijah, got a question for you. I get this message when click on confirm and deposit stake. By the way, I don't have any tokens. Enter Rametron address is already in use. Please enter another one for stake. So how would you answer this question, Boss Logan?
Okay, first thing first, as we explained just now, if you say that address was already been staked, means you are actually, what do you call that? Have given the wrong ID. Okay, and we also already fixed this small issue. What happened is that there is certain time that when you copy and paste your ID, middle of the the phrase, lowercase change to uppercase. Okay, so we already fixed it. So I don't think so you will face the same problem again. Okay, that's one. And for token, you just think there is number of leaders having a token, whoever that you are connected with, or you can actually go into our message, our Twitter, our Telegram community page, and you can actually get referral from them, and our people or our leaders can help you to get the token.
All right, thank you, Boss Logan. There's a few questions here which is very much close to the bugs. Boss Pan has got a question. My Rametron node changes after I close and reopen back my Rametron.
Again, Chief, I don't get your question.
My Rametron node changes after I close and reopen back my Rametron. The node
Okay.
changes, it seems.
Yeah. We got this report, and we had tried to stimulate it, but we couldn't get it. But I think we have already fixed that issue problems. So the new build, when we launch it, what you do is that you delete the old one, and then you reinstall a new one and tell us, exactly. So now this is you see, every issues that we are facing, we need to simulate it again. Okay. This is the only issues that we don't find it, we really don't find it in our problems that we went trying to simulate. Okay. So what you need to do is that after this call, once we have the new release means from today onwards, you look at the date. So when there is a date in the download page, and then you download, before you download, you try to delete, use the video that we have sent, delete all your Rametron, install your new Rametron, and you run the Rametron. Okay. So if you find it any issues, please connect to us. There is the box report issue. Make sure that you put your your contact numbers and email ID so that we can connect you directly and try to get your problems as it is. But
There's a
right now
question
all the
from
problems will show. Yeah.
There's a question from Boss Hafizi here. How to move staked RT from PC to other PC? Sometime when we restart PC, RT detected different ID, which can't active original RT with staked amount. How to recover back that original RT?
Okay, to recover back the original IDs, as I said, you need to use your recover key. So once you create, once you activated, before you activated the Rametron, when you do the Rametron activations, you already receive the recovery key, right? So you can actually use the recovery key when you to put back your old Rametron back.
Thank you, Boss Logan. And then Boss Nairul has got a question. My Rametron suddenly stopped running the PON, and my stake account back to zero. That is the bugs.
Yeah, all these are bugs. Some of the bugs
Questions.
that come from the systems. Some of the bugs we are creating, we are resetting it. So don't worry on that. Keep the testing done so that we can know exactly. First thing is that your systems are really working well in your device.
Boss Namachivayam, the same thing is the bug thing that I think has already been fixed. So Boss Chang Wei Jian has got a question. Hi, I wanted to ask that will be any list showing our online hours history?
Okay.
Because the weekly run. Yeah.
All right. Okay. That will be tabulated in Explorer. We will currently what we are doing is that we are showing your in your Explorer your Rametron on or off, and we are also showing the amount earned. Okay, so we'll be replacing it with as you said, how long that you have stayed in the network for the GPS.
All right, Boss Kana has got a question. In Testnet wallet, will there be a token or balance given as first time?
No.
I think they'll get the token.
You need to request for the token.
Yeah. Boss Linda has got a question. Thank you, Boss Linda. Sorry. Boss Robert has got a question. I found everyone had to take note there is a risk of having Windows clipboard hijacking. Anyone wish to copy and paste the ID code, please double check. Boss Logan?
What is it again?
I found everyone had to take note that there is a risk of having Windows clipboard hijacking. Anyone who hijack clipboard can get hijacked. Anyone wish to copy and paste their ID code, please double check.
Yeah, I think he's advising people. So when you copy this what do you call the link, you got to be very careful. That is why right now current systems are that they give you a what do you call the copy, how to copy it. You just click it and then it's copy. It's more safer than you copied and copying it in the clipboard. So I think he's trying to caution us. Thank you so much. Yeah, that should be the another things that you need to watch.
Boss Logan, boss friend Zafarina has got a question here. Hi, boss. If in future I wanted to upgrade to new laptop or PC, can I use the same recovery key that Pandosoft gave me through email for multiple times? Thank you for your answer. Have a lovely evening.
Lovely evening to you. You can use multiple times your recovery key as anytime your Rametron crash or anytime you want to move to new device.
Right, boss, Tua here. Of course, I think because he did not attend some of the trainings, I suppose, before this. In testnet, we got token from the leader. When mainnet begin, how and where we get the token? All right, that's question one. Question two, can two wallets stake in same Rametron? All right. And question three, I have two Rametron, 500 token. For first time, if I stake 500 token, that means we put two Rametron in one device and we get two global profit sharing, right? If I stake 490 token for first time, how much GPS will I get? One or two? You'll get one. Okay, continue, boss Logan, the questions.
The first question is your first question is what?
When mainnet begin, how and where?
Yeah, can I use two wallet to stake one Rametron? You cannot. I mean, that defy the purpose of why we want more network, right? Okay, so you cannot use two wallet to activate one Rametron. That's one cannot. But you can use one. You can use what do you call that? One wallet to activate one device. Inside that one device, you have many Rametron. That shouldn't be a problem. Okay, now your profit, your rewards or your GPS based on the number of token that you stake. Okay, so the higher number of token that is, let's say for example, you do one Rametron stake. Okay, which is 250. So you mean you get one time. If you stake two times, 200, which is 500, you get two times. If you stake 750, which is three times, you get three times. So it goes 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 8 times. But right now, what we also have changed it in a way that there is also people in the initial stage, 60 days, because you see, there's also people are looking at potential, right? So today, if I have a token today, and after 1 year, that I know that this is going to go into this higher value. All right. So for that, in order for that, to also to look into all these issues, what we have done is that we have given the 250 minimum token to stake. But after that, you can also top up. You can top up minimum one. Okay, you can top up minimum 1, 2, 3. So up to you. So some of you, some of people requested, let's say for example, in a week I only have stake 250, and first week I have an earning. Can I top up? So because of that, we have also have given the privilege for all of you to also do top up for any amount, minimum one.
Thank you, boss Logan. There's this question from Boss Kana. Will the test details kept or deleted once the real system launched?
Now, this is a dummy token. This is, you have it or you don't have it. Whatever token you have in your hand, we can actually, recover back, taken back. So not an issue. Whether you have it, you also cannot do anything. Even we recover it also because it's our test token. Okay, so don't worry. As I said, if you want to test it, but what I want is that I really want your support and help. Do testing and send to us if you have any issues. Like for example, if you send your link, ask people to let's say create a wallet. Just by telling them, by calling you, telling them, I created this wallet, it doesn't work, it doesn't this, that, and all that. At least, we can report some of the bugs that if let's say they have.
I'm also going. Boss Sharin has got a very interesting question. Since human tendency is forgetfulness, any way to include the forgot password function in?
Okay. Thank you so much for your questions. As you know that we does not want to carry so much of information in our database. Okay, we want to keep it very minimum in order to just carry the the blockchain information only. Okay, so we does not want to carry any other additional on that. So you got to be very careful. There's only way that there's only one password. You cannot recover any password today.
We have got another question by Boss Edwin. We have learned about setting up Rametron on the computer. How about Metatron setup, and also set up Rametron and Metatron in the virtual server?
Okay, Metatron and Rametron setup. Okay, as I said, you must have the knowledge of how using a CLI. Without that, you cannot run the Metatron. Okay, but what we will do is that we will do one day just give you how Metatron will be will be installed it, Rametron will be reinstalled it. We will run a special not training, just to show you how we will install Metatron and Rametron. Okay, we will have a special case in that. For that, I will have a team, our server team, to be prepared, and we will run one by one how the setup of server for Metatron and Rametron will be done. Okay, I doesn't want to confuse yourself with this, but currently, but definitely I will show you step by step how the servers, how we can set up a server for Rametron and Metatron.
Hey, boss, there's boss Fazio here. How to monitor RT node either in on mode or off mode?
Okay, one is that you can actually monitor from your Rametron itself, because dashboard you already have that status on or off. Or if let's say you are anywhere, for example, you are your Rametron in the house. Okay, now you are went to work, or you are somewhere, you are going holiday. Okay, how do you know that your Rametron is running or not? You go to Explorer and you can check from the Explorer whether your Rametron is on or off.
Like in your Pando Wallet, how much PON you're getting. All right, that answered your question also, Boss Zaini. But Boss Malik has got a question. Number one, is there any issues? More wallets, more password tend to have mistakes. What if we have 5 wallets with the same password and same email for recovery purpose?
Okay.
From my understanding, same email but different peer ID and different recovery key.
Okay, you can use same password across your wallet. Okay, not an issue at all, because you can use the same password, because your passwords are tied in with your key store. All right, you can use same password. And the next question is that password. The other one is what?
Next question: we have 5 wallet. No, sorry. Next one is the same email but different
Email,
peer
yeah,
ID and
same
different
email.
recovery.
Yeah, no problem. You can use the same email, and every time we will send you a recovery key of that particular email. Let's say you have 5 devices and you request for 5 recovery key with the same email, so that you will have a 5 same email comes to, it's 5 email in your mailbox. But you can
So
use,
JJ has got a
you can use wallet, you can use same password.
Coach JJ has got a question for you. What is the ideal requirement for bandwidth capacity in average per device for us to effectively gain PoE for each?
Ours is, we already told you our minimum. You see, we are actually looking at it how everybody can join in a network. Okay, so the minimum requirement is 5 Mbps. Okay, there's a minimum requirement for Rametron, and for Metatron is 10 Mbps. As long as you have 5 Mbps, you are safe. You are in the safe mode. Okay, but what happens if you, let's say, I can give you more, because sometimes some of you can have a more, so when you have more, it means you're giving a more resources. So when you give more resources, the potential for you to work more on the PoE will be, you'll get more opportunity.
All right, Boss Richard, Boss Farhan, Boss Fazio, Boss Gil, all these are the bugs. I think it has been resolved. You won't have this problem. Boss Stanley, can we activate several Rametron node in wallet? Also answered. Boss Prof Russia. All right. To Boss Logan. Number one, can we change our private key, or we must use the auto-generate key?
Private key or mnemonic key, you cannot change at all. That's the only key that you have. Or if you want to change the private key and mnemonic key, you need to change the wallet. Okay. So before you change your wallet, you need to transfer your token. Once you transfer a token, then you have a private key. Private key and mnemonic key, you cannot change. That's attached to your wallet.
Question number 2, wallet ID. Do we have to use the auto-generated ID?
No, there is no auto-generated ID. The wallet ID is the wallet ID. Yeah.
Number 3, device. Can a tab and iPad be considered as device to create the wallet?
No. Oh, wallet.
Create the wallet. Yes,
pad, you can, because pad, if you talk about wallet, if you have any access to your browser, you can use your tab, you can use your phone, whatever it is.
Okay, next question. Can an RT holder be a referral person to potential RTs? Of course, yes. Question, or is it must be the MTs are qualified? No, both RT or MT, anyone can refer, not a problem, Prof. Boss Bawang has got a question. Recovery key only sent once. What happened if your second computer crashed or stolen again? How to recover for the second?
Yeah, your
Same
recovery
thing.
key recovery key is sent to your email. So whatever your laptop crash or the email still safe, right? So your recovery key is still in your hand.
Is Boss Mohammad Nazri has got a question. Is running multiple Rametron in one PC by staking token only means okay? This one has been answered, Boss Nazri. We have this question, Boss BV is also has been answered. Boss Terence, went on the stake token, it comes out okay. That has been solved at this point of time. Check your Rametron after this. Boss Victor, hi, the Rametron generate token after activated and achieve the goal. How do I? Okay, this is Boss Logan, just explain this one more time. Hi, the Rametron will generate token after activated and achieve the goal. How do I withdraw the token to wallet? Will it auto send it, or there will be a withdraw button on
Okay,
Rametron screen?
in your Rametron, once you have that token, let me see. Okay, once you have earning in your token, there will be a what do you call it? There will be a withdrawal button for you. Host, can you give me the access to share? Okay, thank you. Okay, can you see I hope that you all can see this button here, withdrawal button. So in your Rametron, once you have a token earning, then you will have a withdrawal button, so you can withdraw your token.
Okay. Thank you, Boss Logan.
Sorry.
Okay, Boss Chief Elias has got a question. Are Pando token going to be released in the crypto market exchanger in the future?
Pando token, definitely, these are our ecosystems, and it will be definitely in the exchanger.
Boss, can we monitor RT heartbeat status either online, offline by Boss Shidi Ramli?
Yeah, you can actually monitor from Explorer.
Boss Manju, the question from YouTube Live, we have a good question. If we register our RT Malaysia, can we take it anywhere? You can take it anywhere they want to, not a problem, and still earn Pando tokens. Boss, this is Boss Maimun. Boss Logan, how to transfer RT node to another PC when mainnet soon be? Boss Maimun, you already know this answer. Thank you. Boss SMT Suprail, thank you. Brian Sim. Which is more user-friendly, boss? Windows, Mac, or Linux?
Okay, it's not about user-friendly. It's where you are trained. I mean, what are the systems that we're using before? Our Rametron works well. Our Rametron is same spec for Linux, Mac, and also Windows. There is no difference between operating systems. Okay, different between version. But if you look over friendly, those people who have been using Windows, they will love Windows. Those who are be using a Mac, they will be loving Mac. And if you compare these two, those people who are using Linux, they will find it, just now I show you Linux, right? Linux, you always, most of the time they use terminal to punch in a command. But those people, they are using a Linux, they will find it Linux is more user-friendly than this other two, okay? So it's all, it's your preference.
Boss Afik, you can. Boss Mawang, yes, we will do it. What do you call, boss? Boss, there's a lot of questions here, so I need to fast forward a few things. What do you call? Okay. All right, some of the questions here has been answered. Boss Azri,
some of the
Adrian.
questions I think we have answered.
Yeah.
We will
Boss Philomena, if you retype the password wrongly a few times, you can continue retyping, not a problem. It's not going to block you.
If you retype as many times as long as the wallet will not open, you cannot access the wallet. So nothing will happen. Even you retype 100 times or so, nothing will happen. It's just that you can't open the wallet.
All right, Boss Sasidaran, you need to go back and check after this presentation. You already know how to run your MacBook. So I mean your Mac for Rametron. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Do I get 20 Rametron ID for 20 Rametron? Oh, yes, of course, you get 20 IDs. Each Rametron is unique. Uh, okay, guys, I think basically that's it for tonight. I want to thank all of you for these questions. All right. It's almost 11:30.
Yeah.
All right.
But before that, Chief, I would like to thanks all of you, the community who have, gathered today, and those of you who have tested the Rametron, send us the issues box and all that. And thank you so much. It's really helpful, for us to work on it, and because we are testing across the devices across the country. Thank you so much. And rest sure that we are looking into all this, and let's work together as a team, to make sure that not only these things is successful to launch, right? They have to be successful for future, right? We are building something for future, so let us work together, make sure that everything that you're testing it and sending it and all that. All right, thank you so much. And I really appreciate. Thank you for all your support that you've given to these Pando projects. Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Chief.
Boss Logan, thank you. Thank you for taking all those questions. Anyway, bosses, this is not Boss Logan's business or my business. All right. This is our business. We are equally responsible for the success of Pandosoft, Pando Project, Pando Lab, whatever you call. This is our business, guys. We must do everything. So now it's test time. Test it. All right. Anything that you're not happy with the testnet, just put it down in the form, and the developer will look into it. This is our business. Let's make it as good as possible. All right. Let's make it near perfect. That's what they call it. Okay. And do not forget to share the ecosystem with everyone that you know of. I want to see the numbers of Rametron growing, not only here, but across different countries. Let's do our best. With that, we will have similar trainings. I will try to get Boss Logan to come in and share his wisdom, his knowledge. And do not miss Boss Logan's training, guys. There's a lot of things you can learn from Boss Logan, because he's the one that's working with the developer. All right. So whenever you see Boss Logan is in a training, please come and listen, because it will be worth your time. With that, let me say thank you very much, especially the team members that helped put all this together. Thank you so much, everybody. And to all the bosses, thank you very much. Let's do our best. Thank you.
Good night to all of you. Take care.
Thank you so much.
Have a good day. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you,
Manju.
boss.
Thank you, Manju. Thank you.